Okay, what's up guys? So what I'm going to do in this video is just talk a little bit about soft body simulation, explain a little bit about it, show you how to do it. It's actually pretty easy, so let's jump into it. Okay, first thing I want to do is go Shift A, Mesh, add a plane, S, scale it up, and then go Shift A and add a cube, create a X, G, bring it up, something like this. Okay, you can use other objects, you can use a UV sphere, you can use a cylinder, you can use a torus, but for this tutorial I'm just going to use a cube. And then the reason why I added a plane is because you want something for the object to fall onto and make your simulation, because if you didn't have a plane here it wouldn't work. Okay, so first thing you want to do is make sure the cube is selected, go here to physics and click soft body. Okay, and then what you want to do is click on the plane and make it a collision, because you want your cube to collide with the plane. Okay, pretty simple. And the next thing you're going to need is your timeline, so we can play. So go here, go timeline, just bring us up a little bit, and you can see if I hit play, nothing happens yet. So how do we fix it? It's easy. You just uncheck goal. Okay, uncheck, and now it works. Okay, and that's basically the start of creating a soft body simulation. So you can see if I go play, it bounces, looks pretty cool, but it's quite rigid and it doesn't like bend. So how do we fix it? It's pretty easy. What you're going to do is hit tab, right click, subdivide, and then the more subdivisions you add, the better it will be. So you can go here. Just remember, the more subdivisions you have, the harder it's going to be on your PC or your laptop, or so just bear that in mind. So I'm just going to go 5 and then now hit play. You can see now it breaks completely. So obviously we don't want this to happen. Okay, we want it to be more rigid. So make sure the cube is selected, and where it's selected edges, just click here, and then you bring up the bending, so you can bring it up to about 10, and now hit play, and you can see it doesn't break. Okay, so if you want it to be more bendy, just bring it to like 5, and then you'll see it bends a bit more. Okay, if you make it 1, it'll bend quite a lot. You can see the big difference. So what I'm going to do is make it about 8. And just a reminder, if you want to playback, just hit space key. So boom, space key plays it, or you can just drag it. So go here, drag it. So next thing you can do is, if you hit play, you can see it makes like, it doesn't look smooth. So how do we fix it? It's pretty easy. What you're going to do is shade smooth. Okay, and then it looks a lot better, but it's now kind of funny. So what you want to do is add a subdivision surface modifier. Go there, add, boom, and bring it up to 1. Now hit play, and that looks much nicer. Okay, bring this back. Okay, so now we can go back to our physics and go down here to stiffness. So you can also play with the stiffness. So if I enable this, and hit play, it bounces, bring this to like 0. It doesn't make much of a difference, but you can see, in my opinion, I usually just enable it and leave it at 1, but you can play around with it. To me, it doesn't make a big difference. And then the last thing is, if you go here to object and you click on mass, so basically the mass is the object. So the heavier you make it, so if you make it 10 kgs, you hit play, it makes it heavy, and you can see what's happening there. But it's also more intensive on your computer, and you can see if you make it 1 and you hit play, you can see it's not much of a difference. But if you bring up the mass to like 5, you'll see more of a bend. You see that? And then obviously the more mass you add, the more intensive it's going to be on your computer. So normally I just keep it between 1 and 5. So yeah, this is just the basics of soft body animation. Hopefully it helped you. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, make sure you subscribe. What I'll do is I'll upload this file to Patreon. You can download it for free, play around with it. Otherwise, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe again, and I'll see you in the next video.